To
Yeah, what's
everybody
going
that's
on?
watching, I apologize. It's been hell trying to set this up because I got home maybe an hour ago and I'm trying to set up all this stuff. I got my light. It's still hot in here. And I apologize. But again, everybody that's watching, I got 2 people on right now. Greetings, salutations. Ah, shit. I'm serious, dude. I am like extra hot right now.
Yeah, I see you over there, man.
I can see your ball.
No, I got this light on, but like I said, it's not cool. It's still like 80-something degrees in my apartment because it has the AC really hadn't kicked in to cool yet.
Yeah.
So, hang on. Marcus, are you on your laptop right now?
No, I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone. I'm just holding my phone up.
Okay, no. Okay, turn it. Go horizontal. So your landscape. There you go.
Okay.
No, I need to see if you're. I got to get to my channel to see if I can get to the live stream. If you can see this, TMan, somebody go into the Jensen and TMan. You got to press accept on the other one. Let me see if I can get shit.
Get this right.
No, I tried to get the prep time, and then I realized what time it was. While I was setting up, I had phone calls coming in. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's ironic you said that because I was doing the same exact thing. People calling me.
I didn't get home until 7. So
I was there.
So I'm waiting for TMan. Hang on, I'm gonna have to flip this around this way so I can try to. I'm gonna remove TMan and Jensen.
Shoot, I'm gonna see if I can grab my laptop and see if that'll work for me real quick too. Let's see.
Oh shit! I don't even have Jensen's email. And to anybody, if I'm not sure if this is going live right now. Oh, it is saying we're live now.
Yeah.
It's live.
So anybody who's watching this, please bear with us. We're going through some technical difficulties. Some of this. So please. Oh, God damn it. TMan is giving me a different one.
Oh, shit.
Hang on, T. I'm trying to add you in this. Okay. Hang on. Because this is like getting on my nerves now. Everything I have to do for this. And again, to anybody who's watching this, I apologize. I apologize for everything that's going on right now. This is totally my fault. Do not blame these guys that are on here already. So I just sent it again to Jensen and T. Here we go. All right. So once again, greetings, salutations. This is Rube Great. If you don't know me, you're going to get to know me. With me right now, I have, hang on. Okay. TMan978 on the call. So he's here now.
Yes, it's totally his fault.
It is totally my fault. I get it. And people are telling me to hurry up and say, I am so sorry about that, guys. I apologize.
That was me saying hurry up.
Sorry about that, guys. So it is terribly hot over here. TMan, I got the shirt on. See?
Oh, cool. You ain't gonna be able to see my shirt because it's so dark in here.
So I'm waiting on Jensen, but we're gonna go ahead and start without him.
Okay.
Rube the Great here. Thank you for tuning in. For anybody who is tuning in, I'm not sure if there's 5 people watching, but video, once it's after it's live, it's gonna post it up so everybody can watch this. So let me move this closer. All right. Go ahead. Let's go around the room. Everybody introduce yourselves. Taurus, you were the first one to get on, so you can start.
So what I need to say, just what I think of the movie?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, all right. Well, what's up, everybody? My name is Taurus Moore, hailing all the way from North Carolina, 704 repping. And yeah, I'm a huge nerd, comic book nerd, video game nerd, huge Star Wars fan, huge Marvels fan, DC fan, everything. The only thing I hate is Star Trek.
Marcus, you were second. Let's go, man.
All right, well, hey, I'm Marcus Phillips, man. From Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I live in Memphis, Tennessee now. Man, I'm just a movie lover, man. A love of all superhero things. I'm a Star Wars fan too, man. And I actually do like Star Trek, man. So you can't be on Star Trek like that, bro.
Marcus, take your headphones out, man. Take your headphones out, man. Echo. Take your headphones out and see if that helps.
Can you hear me?
It's still echoing, but it's a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. And TMan, you have the floor.
Hey, everybody. I'm TMan978. If you watched toy reviews, you might have seen one of mine. Might have seen. Especially if you look for reviewers of the Brown persuasion. I like a bunch of geek stuff, just like everybody else here. Of course, you know I collect toys, as you can probably see right now. Mostly Transformers. I've recently started collecting Marvel toys. Marvel's a little bit of Star Wars here or there, and just a bunch of other random things here or there.
All right. Hey, T, while you're doing this, you mind sharing the link out for this and tagging to it?
Like, sharing it where?
Just share.
Oh, hold on.
I'm trying to do the same thing. Okay, so again, if you don't know me, the great Ruben Garcia. If you don't know me, hailing from Texas, Arlington. Well, I live in Arlington, Texas, but I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Just a city over. I am a huge Deadpool fan, Donatello fan, but Ninja Turtles is where my love for comics began. We're talking Spider-Man because Spider-Man is the most recent one. So we're going to go into some of that. Anybody share this link out? Let's enjoy this. Am I echoing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm not sure if my headphones are going to help. So we're going to go around the room. Taurus, you can go ahead and start off things you liked about Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right, cool. Let me just go ahead and say, when I first saw the very first trailer, I was intrigued a bit. You know, what I was expecting was a trend. The only difference is that they didn't show the death of Uncle Ben, of course, because we've seen it before so many times, and it got exhausting. And I'm finally glad that they actually see that. But then again, once the second trailer came out, that's when it really opened my eye. Now, I've been a Spider-Man fan since I was 6, you know, and I mean, the very first superheroes, that I fell in love with was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. Matter of fact, I consider myself Donatello, so don't take that moniker from me. But when it comes to a teenage boy, becoming a superhero is the coolest thing in the world. Because, I mean, think about it. When we were 15, we were in high school, listening to what? By the time I was 15, I was in class, in science class, paying attention, or trying to at least. But Peter Parker gave me life throughout this whole movie. The one thing that I loved about this whole movie was Peter Parker, not just Spider-Man, but Peter Parker himself. We actually got to know more about Peter Parker than we ever did before. He's not just some nerdy kid that we all know, but he has charisma. this kid showed that, and Tom Holland did a hell of a job just showing off as Spider-Man, as Peter Parker. You know, we always talk about the Spider-Man perspective as, you know, of course, the natural born hero, the web slinging, vigilante, but at the same time, you know, we actually get to see a sight of a 15-year-old boy who's trying to make it to high school, be a part of the Avengers, or dream of being a part of the Avengers, and making an impression on Mr. Stark. But at the same time,
Taurus, you're breaking up. Taurus, you're breaking up. Can anybody hear him, or is it just me? Can anybody hear him, or is it just me?
He gone,
man.
Taurus,
Mark,
if you
it's
can,
your next then.
There you go.
Taurus, we're gonna have to cut you off. You're cutting out.
because mind you, I'm in the country, so it's all good.
Okay, we're gonna have to wait until you get a better signal.
All right.
That's all good. Marcus, you're next.
All right. Well, and it was probably like my second superhero I was introduced to after Batman, man. So, I think I remember watching the cartoons and everything, and I've always been a fan because he seemed to be the most realistic. So I was looking forward to this movie, man. I knew there was gonna be something special, especially when Marvel got a chance to be a part of this with Sony. So I think that the whole Avengers tie-in, how they worked the whole Marvel universe into the movie was good. He made them a part of it. You know what I'm saying? It happened there. They gave us some references to that whole incident from the first Avengers, and it was deep, man. It was cool. I liked it. It seemed like something that could actually happen. I think the villain was really good. I like, even though that was Batman to me growing up, but it was always Batman to me, man, Michael Keaton. But as far as him being Vulture, I don't know what it is with him in bird roles, man. Well, not bird roles, but just flying things. You know what I'm saying? He just love playing those roles. But yeah, it was really good, man. He sold it. He made you get behind him a little bit. Like, I understand why you're a villain, man. You know what I'm saying? A good villain always makes the superhero that much better, man. And Michael Keaton definitely did his thing, but that was probably the strongest part for me of the movie was that I think Iron Man's role in it was good enough to be like a mentor, but he didn't overtake the movie like I thought he was for a second. The trailers and everything made it seem like Iron Man was gonna be all up and through there, but he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He played his role. He was a good supporting role, and it was just a good story overall, man.
All right. Sir TMan.
So me, well, for me, and probably for like a lot of people out there, this movie was a dream come true to see him like actually in with other superheroes. That's the main thing that I really liked about it. And like Marcus said, I was happy to see that Tony Stark wasn't like a big star in the movie. He took a back seat. But it was cool to see him in sort of like a father figure role to Peter a little bit. And yeah, I really liked the movie. I did like seeing him as a regular kid. That was cool. I don't even know if I did, of course, want more action. I was going to say, I don't know if we needed a whole bunch of superhero stuff, but it's Spider-Man, so you have to have superhero stuff. And I like the tweaks that they did with him, like his suit. At first I thought that was going to be weird, but I liked him having the tech suit. But the movie was cool. I can't think of anything else right off top to say about it that's not going to be negative.
Right. All right. Now joining the call, finally.
Got him in there.
I had my hand got on like do not disturb or silent, and then I just happened to look down, and I was like, "Oh, he did send me an invite."
Hey,
Oh,
Jensen, turn your phone horizontal. There you go.
better. All right, thanks.
Yes. All right. Now, sir, go ahead and introduce yourself. And after that, we're talking about what we liked about Spider-Man Homecoming.
All right, Jensen Thompson, Tony Stars 870 on Instagram, Facebook Jensen's World. That's my new page that started last week. My thing about Spider-Man, I actually gave it like a really, really high rating. I gave it like an 8.59 out of 10. The thing I liked about Spider-Man Homecoming, it was actually like young Peter Parker. He's still learning his powers, his senses. You know, he's still a student in high school as well. Still has his typical problems. You know, he wants to be like the regular Avengers, like Captain America, Black Widow, but Tony Stark sees like you know, you're not ready. As we saw by he had a training wheels protocol on his suit, you know, which was kind of funny, you know. And then honestly, like that one scene where we see how I forgot what scene it was where his eyes changed. It was like assassination mode. It kind of got me thinking about the alternate universe assassination Spider-Man where his eyes are like actually like different. You know, that's the first thing that jumped out to me. You know, every time I saw Flash jump, I kept thinking Agent Venom. I'm not even sure if he's actually gonna be brought in future wise, but every time I saw Flash, I kept thinking Agent Venom. I don't know about y'all, but that was me personally.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Yeah, same here.
But you know, like I said, just wishful thinking. Like I said, the movie, honestly, the movie was good. Everything was great. The Vulture, you couldn't have got Michael Keaton act any better for the Vulture. Honestly, you really couldn't.
Best part of the movie.
Actually, you know, the twist. You know, I don't know if we give out spoilers, but that twist, you know, about who his daughter was, like legitimately caught me off guard.
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
But that mama though.
Yeah, Lord, she was good. Tell you.
Yeah. Now I need to watch it again because I might have missed some Easter eggs, but I probably need to
There's
watch
a
it
ton
twice
of
to pick
them.
up something.
Okay.
There's many Easter eggs.
There were so many characters in there, I didn't realize they were actually comic book characters.
Yeah. So the main thing I liked about it, I can tell you, being a band head, was the intro fanfare. That right there was like hands down. You had me locked in there. Like I was a Studio Movie Grill with my movie crew, and we heard that, and I'm just like geeking out, like, oh shit, hell yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like let's do that. So right there, off jump, they had me. Now we know Michael Keaton, how good of an actor he is, but again, we all know that's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So the one scene when he's sitting there figuring out who Peter Parker is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no matter what you do, he still became the world's greatest detective.
That's true.
Because you look at him in the car, he's like doing math in his head. Like,
Yeah.
He was calculating that mug, man.
Yeah, and I was like, and I was in the theater, they tripped out when they were in the back corner laughing with me because I was like, he's still Batman. You can't fool Batman.
Did y'all realize too, in the midst of all of that, when they were in the car, as soon as he realized put two and two together, that they made it to the stoplight and it turned red, his face was all like
yeah.
That moment there itself got me. I was like,
it was.
I mean, and honestly, like I say, like a typical teenager, just like meeting a father for the first time and like nervous, like how he probably was feeling at the moment, like my identity has been compromised and I know who the Vulture is, which is driving us, and he just figured out who I was. And it's like
that's common for most comic books, is where the villain finds out who the hero is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it usually drags out.
Yeah.
I'm happy they didn't drag it out.
Exactly, me too. Definitely. That was
But
on
you know
some
this.
that was on some Ra's al Ghul figuring out Batman type stuff right there. What he just did.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
I
there's
mean,
actually
it was good that they brought us along for the ride as he figured it out, man. I felt like the way that he was putting it together made it seem like, yeah, you could probably put that together that way, man. It wasn't too big of a secret, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And fun fact: there is a Batman Easter egg within the movie if you catch it.
I didn't
Oh
catch
man,
it.
you got to tell us. You got to tell me that.
Yeah, I didn't
All
catch
right,
that.
You can't,
all
you
right.
can't.
So get this. Remember the scene where Peter was trying to jump off the truck, but then Vulture catches him?
I know what you're talking about.
You know he goes up in the air and catches him all the way in. Remember back in 1989 when the movie came out, that scene where the bat wing is all the way up and it falls, or it flies all the way up to the moon, and it makes this quick pause.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the same exact thing. Well, not the exact same thing, but similar to it.
Similar.
With his flying suit. So
Mm.
that was the Easter egg.
But okay, now
And now I'm gonna have to watch it again now.
Yeah, I gotta watch it again now.
Intrigued.
Now, with the way the movies are going now, I've said this on one of our other live videos with the Syndicate Toy Hunters and with some other people. Now, everybody's trying to see like how much of Spider-Man they're gonna show because you do know that of course they're gonna do the Venom movie, and they're talking about like how that's gonna incorporate with everybody with the whole universe. Well, the Venom movie isn't with MCU; it's actually just as part of the Spider-Verse. Now, the way the contracts have worked up and the way they're trying to do it, Spider-Man only has 4 films under the MCU, which is 2 Spider-Man movies and the 2 Infinity War movies. That's it. Now, after that, they're going to redraw up the contracts, but Sony kind of wants to take the little push from the MCU and then build their own Spider-Verse from there. Because now with all these Spider-Man characters coming out in the comics, we have a background to go off of. So that's what they're trying to do. So around maybe 2020, after like the second movie comes out, then we're pretty much done with that one. They're gonna have to redraw the contracts, and then they're gonna try and move towards the Sinister Six movie. Oh, we lost Marcus. But once they go through into the Sinister Six movie, we have 3 of them already established, which is Shocker, Vulture, and Scorpion. And I didn't even notice that Scorpion was actually on the boat with him. Before he went to jail.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was either.
Yeah, when I looked at somebody's YouTube video and they said he was on the boat, and like he was on the boat. Like damn, we missed him that quick.
Yeah, like these people must like really been looking. They watched him multiple times.
He has.
But
it's hard to say about him, but he has a tattoo neck of a scorpion.
Yeah. Well, they showed that at the end in the credits.
Yeah, at the
so we have 3.
Yeah, the post credits. That's when it hit me. It was like, what?
Now, the rumor is that the reason why they were moving out of the Stark Tower was because not just moving upstate, but also because somebody bought the building or they sold the building to somebody, and now they're trying to say it's Oscorp that they sold the building to. So
that'll be cool.
I'm not sure. Oh, we got Marcus back.
I could see
what are you saying that?
All right, I'm back.
That could lead to us maybe getting the Dark Avengers later on.
I would like that.
But the thing is, you got to get like Sentry in. You got to get like other people in, like Dakin. You got to get him in.
Well, okay, with the Dark Avengers, they could go a different route with that and not put everybody and try to create some characters, because that's the one thing I like. I don't want them to really be so canon that we already know what's going to happen. I'm happy with them changing up the story as long as it makes sense and it keeps me eating popcorn.
Well, yeah, but then I think about it. I'm like, how would the fact with the whole mutants thing, like, how would they even do that? Because, like I said, some of the members were mutants.
Exactly.
And with the whole ordeal with that, I did, because later on in the years after phase 3 and 4, something probably could get worked out. Because as you know, the Marvel CEO is gone now. He's pretty much fired from what the rumors say.
Yeah.
And whomever comes in as a new CEO, which I did put my resume in, whoever comes in as a new CEO could possibly like, you know what? I don't like how he was doing it. Let's get something worked out because it's certain things that you have to like see in the movies. Like if like Wolverine and Deadpool interaction in the movies, Captain America and Cyclops interactions in the movies, so we see from Avengers X-Men if you read that comic book, things like that. I mean, certain things you have just got to have mutants and Avengers and vice versa interacting with each other.
Yeah.
But they already prepared for that. Since they don't have the rights to use the mutants, they're already in the processes of changing people's storylines around.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
like Captain Marvel. I heard they're going to change her whole origin is going to be different.
So she
because Marvel's not going to be in there.
Yeah, so she wouldn't part like the Kree, like how she did in the comics, or associated with them when she was Miss Marvel before she became Captain Marvel. So they're gonna switch that up, huh?
Yeah, I doubt if she's even going to be Miss Marvel first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think that since they're doing just Captain Marvel, I figured, that's probably what they would do. And then they haven't even like gave hints or dropped anything about the Kree.
I don't know. I heard something about that, man.
I feel like they're mentioning the name.
Talk about have they mentioned the Kree?
Yeah, it's something about her being a pilot or something going into space and having some kind of interaction with the Kree. Like I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, it could, like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that's gonna introduce us to like I'm keeping my fingers crossed the Celestials. I'm keeping my fingers crossed they will like probably bring them in later on to show like the higher because Thanos is here, so now you gotta get some more higher beings in the coming universe.
But thinking about it, is this all going to happen right after Infinity Gauntlet? And thanks to Zoe Saldana, who revealed that, that's going to take a turn within itself.
Yeah, definitely. True. Like, I think if Thanos is like just gonna open and like I said, we done got the Watchers already. We saw the Celestial head in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
As some of us say, we see Space Jesus is coming, aka Adam Warlock.
They did mention Eternity in the second Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Say that again.
They mentioned Eternity.
Yeah, that is. Oh man.
Because they never said I saw Eternity. He said I see Eternity, like the person.
Yeah.
When he said that gave me chills, bro.
Yeah, it did, because that's the first thing I thought about. Everybody's thinking he's space. I'm thinking this character.
Yeah, you thinking the multiverse Eternity.
No, that's not the Eternity we talking about. Us nerds talking about.
Right. Yeah, which is crazy how he's locked up right now. If y'all read Ultimates, I think he's locked up right now.
All right, so I'm looking at. Memphis Hunter just brought up a good point. We got to bring up the fact that they finally gave us nerds, us geeks out here what we wanted, which was the Iron Spider suit.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Because let's go around the room. Taurus, see how you have the weakest signal go. Taurus?
Yeah, I'm serious. My bad. Bro, I'm going to be real with you. If y'all look a little closer, that suit looks exactly like Miles Morales' suit. Just a little bit. Wouldn't y'all agree?
How the way they had the spider design, yes.
If I put them side by side, the design definitely resembles Miles' suits. Yeah. Definitely kind of resembles Miles' suit to me.
Yeah. Thanks to a friend of ours, her name is Ari. She pointed that out to me the other day when I asked that question. Because I had to look at it again. And I was like, that actually resembles Morales, like for real. And then come to find out, the poster for Infinity War came out at D23, if I'm not mistaken. He's wearing that suit. So he will be wearing that suit in the movie.
Oh yeah, that's guaranteed. I remember when they were talking about the preview thing, they were saying that.
So I'm stoked
So
about it. I love it. I mean, it's everything. Like my eyes, as soon as I saw that suit, I literally just it went all the way to my daggone forehead. I couldn't.
Oh, I completely fangirled out in the theater.
And the thing is, like, all it's missing is the legs now. All that's all it needs. And I think they're gonna bring it up later on in the movie. But if they do,
Well, they
it's
couldn't
gonna.
give us everything.
I love it.
Yeah, I missed.
In general.
So, T, go ahead.
I was saying I missed out on the fan love of the suit because I didn't realize that was the Iron Spider suit. I thought it looked good, but
It was cold.
but I didn't realize what the suit meant, which would have made it more fun for me. I still need to go back and read Civil War.
Yeah.
Like I was reading Spider-Man comics heavy from like 99 to, but anything after that I fell off on. And if it was outside of his comics, I definitely didn't read it because all the stuff with the Avengers and whatnot, anybody besides X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, I didn't pay attention to them until they had movies. And like Iron Man and whatnot.
Okay.
Well,
Jensen,
I'll chime in on this.
Marcus. Marcus, okay.
I like the suit, man. The suit was cold. The way it just came up, man. It had the gold trim and man, you know. So I was definitely excited about that. I was probably more surprised the fact that he didn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was a pretty good turning point in the movie right there, man. It kind of to me put him on the side more Captain America than Iron Man, man. Cause he made a Captain America movie. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Spider-Man is right in the middle, man. Like he may not be quite, you know what I'm saying, Steve Rogers, but he's not Tony Stark either. He's like right in the middle, you know what I'm saying? So I was definitely stoked to see that too, though, man. It was nice.
One thing they had in common was they both was determined to win and take down the bad guy and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who got next? Jensen, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Well, first Marcus said what I said. I literally was like, he turned it down. I was like, why? You know, I was like, no, but you gotta say something for later. But when I saw the suit, I was like, I was not expecting them to like show the suit, you know, like that, or just like come up out the ground like that. You know, I figured maybe Tony might would have showed like, okay, this suit you had, it really was just a prototype. And then Parker be like, really? And then Stan would probably put like some hologram or something and be like, this is what I really want you in. And then cut it off. You know, just cut the scene. Like Kep was like wondering like, oh, what he's finna do. But, you know, when I saw that suit, like I said, I instantly knew what the suit was. But I thought more of the one we saw when Spider-Man fought Captain America, when he had like the little gold appendages sticking out as well.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking. They fought and I was thinking like, okay, we finna get that one. But I have no problem with this one as well. But the fact that we're getting him in this suit, and you know, for the people that don't know, they're gonna be like, "What's so hype?"
Yeah, do you think they still gonna add up
what it is? Yeah, when they start seeing what it actually is and what it could do, they're gonna wonder why we was kind of like excited about when we saw it. The people that know about it.
I think they're gonna make those arms on the spider suit retractable.
That makes sense. I mean, like the wings or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I could see it, like you said, Rube, because as you know now, with if you read his current art, he has so many upgrades to his suit now. It's ridiculous. He can do like cement webbing now, acid webbing now. He has like I'm serious. He has like so many more modifications to his suit now. It's crazy.
What's so cool about his suit though is like when he runs out of web, he could reload like a gun. Like, I love that. I was
Yeah.
just thinking about that, and I was like, yo, that's the coolest thing. Not only for the movie, but for a daggone action figure. And I still got to find that thing. It better not be sold out. I'm just saying.
It depends on which action figure you're going for.
Is it this
Hey
one?
fellas, how did y'all feel about the suit having that AI kind of like Iron Man suit? How did y'all feel about that?
It was a nice little twist, but I actually could have went without it. But I liked it was there myself personally.
Yeah, I liked it too. It added to the personality of the movie and definitely the humor.
Okay.
Yes, it was a good filler.
The humor was there.
I mean, because think about it, he's not linking into Friday from Tony Stark. He's got his own AI in there.
Right.
Which made it even better because everybody else is linked up to Friday, but he's not. Which kind of makes the separation between the MCU and the Spider-Verse. Because if he were to keep the suit, he would still have her unless they take it away. I'm not sure how, because there's a lot of stones that they kind of set up that doesn't really help if they take away the MCU.
So would Spider-Verse be under MCU or this is its own separate thing?
They want to do that as its own separate entity away from the MCU, unless the MCU is gonna. Because right now I believe MCU is producing 25% of those Spider-Man films. So they have some say so, but not a lot. Sony's really doing it, but that's the problem. Sony knows that once the MCU came in, it kind of saved them from having to sell the rights back to the MCU. They just got like, okay, we're not going to sell you the rights. We can just partner up on this, but we still want to keep the rights to him. And they knew they had to hurry up and put that movie out because once Andrew Garfield, the second Amazing Spider-Man, was out, they had 5 years to make the next one, unless they had that contract with the MCU.
Gotcha.
So that came out, 3 years ago?
Gotcha.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah, 2014, yeah.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah. So with them being, like I said, with them being able to put that out, it kind of helps them out. And I hope it leads to more of the X-Men the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four universe, wanting to go back to Marvel and do a partnership with them.
Everybody go back to Marvel, man.
We don't
Exactly.
Go back to Marvel. Just start it over and just do it right.
Definitely.
And I'm sorry,
Disney-
Toby's
I'm
still the
sick
best
of
Spider-Man.
No more Fantastic Four, please. I'm praying that they don't.
And,
Honestly,
No, they're doing an animated Fantastic Four.
yeah, they are.
Reboots can you do in one movie and not get it right?
They're trying to do another Hulk movie, but the problem with the Hulk is Universal still owns the rights to the solo Hulk movies. They're allowing Hulk to be in the MCU, but if they come out with any Hulk movies, Universal does it, and they don't want to go through Universal for those movies anymore. That's the reason why there hasn't been.
No, I wouldn't either.
That's the reason why there hasn't been a Planet Hulk or a World War Hulk movie.
Gotcha.
Mark Ruffalo even said that they were going to make another solo Hulk movie.
There's so many contracts they have to get through with Universal to do that, because if Universal owns the whole movie rights to him, because basically Universal did the same thing as what Marvel's what Sony's doing with Spider-Man, except it's on a larger scale, which is Marvel gets the chance to do whatever they want with the character. They just can't make any solo movies.
So I don't know if y'all talked about this beforehand, but how did that go about selling the character? Was it just like, okay, I want this character, I want this character, I want this character? Like, how did that go about?
Well, okay, when they first started that, Marvel, of course, we know Marvel was going bankrupt at the time. But when they started selling off the rights, they looked at what was going to sell as far as movies. And that's when Fox went and got X-Men, but they mainly sold off like the Marvel Knights first. And that's when we got Blade, because Blade was pretty much what started all the Marvel movies coming back out. Not back when Captain America came out in 1990 or back in 84, 85. when Howard the Duck came out, and later in the '80s when that other Punisher movie came out. We're not going to count those. Okay?
No, let's just
we don't
get burn them.
I still like Howard the Duck. As cheesy it is, that's still one of my favorite characters. So, but
I love Howard the Duck, but I mean, it was entertaining, but I mean, it wasn't. You know,
hey, Leah Thompson, that was all I cared about.
Yeah, because I was just wondering, I'm like, did they just like put some names and have like, okay, whoever pulled this, y'all get it?
Well, okay.
Because I seen a chart.
Around the time when Blade came out, when they were putting Blade out, they were going around the time vampires and what was the zombies. Because he came out around the time the first Resident Evil came out.
Right.
So that's what they were going through. They were going through more of the supernatural type movies with all that. So they figured Blade would be the first one. And also they could give it an R rating. They don't really have to go into too much detail of a backstory or tying in other characters. They just really have to go to that one little small universe.
I have a question concerning that, because from the movie when it came out and the comics, in the comics, he's from London. In the movie, he's from Detroit. Do you think that they're gonna stick with the Detroit Eric Brooks, or they're gonna go back to the British Eric Brooks? Not a lot of people know that, especially even people who don't know comic books, they don't know that he's from England.
I didn't know that either.
I personally hope what they do with Blade, and like the director said with Spider-Man, introduce Blade with Spider-Man because they can bring Morbius, and then that could show how Blade got the Daywalker ability. A lot of people think, honestly, a lot of people still think he was just born with the Daywalker ability. They didn't realize he was bit. Well, he got his vampire because he was bit in the room in his mom's womb by Deacon Frost, but he was fighting. Morbius was a Spider-Man, the Kingpin, and whoever else was there, and he got bit. You know, and then he got the Daywalker abilities, which is actually an excellent way to bring back in Spider-Blade with that idea with Morbius. Because think about it, vampires, you throw vampires on, they still will bring attention. Regardless of, you know, of that whole thing where, you know, we was getting like the Twilights and the Twilight big thing was going on for some years back when me and Rube and Mark was still in college. It was coming out with like every year it seemed like it. And but I think that would be actually an excellent way because people want Blade. Because he just came back to comics.
Got Doctor Strange out there, man. Without Doctor Strange, it would be too weird. I don't think it would fit. But with Doctor Strange and all the magic and stuff going on, a vampire is not that far-fetched. So I can kind of get with you on that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want Blade to stay rated R.
I also like that.
They're gonna keep it there. Now, what they're trying to do, it wouldn't be too far-fetched for them to put them in England because they are talking about bringing Captain Britain now.
Yeah, which they did work together.
Yeah, so if they're talking about doing all that and bringing Captain Britain out, that would actually work a lot better.
But how would they do that? Because Psylocke is with the other company, and her and Captain Britain are brother and sister. How would they do that?
They would ignore Psylocke.
Yeah.
Or would they just like make up something? Okay, they're actually not related in the movie just to get Captain Britain out.
They're going
the same thing they did with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
But they're still related.
Make it all up, man.
But think about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, even though they're still actually related though in the movies, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean they were related, but they didn't mention Magneto or anything.
Right. They gave their power.
Well, it was revealed on the comics that they actually wasn't his kids, or was that because of the movies they switched up their background?
Well, they're going to change a lot of backgrounds for a lot of these characters.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which happened first.
Yeah, because I remember that it was revealed like a couple years back that they actually wasn't his kids. When everybody thought I forgot who their real dad is, but they're actually not his kids. I'm trying to figure out, was that something the comic first did and the movies picked up on, or was it something with the rights whole thing and then the comics just switched it up just to not cause any problems?
Who knows, man?
I mean, this rights stuff, man, is just crazy. It just makes stuff so complicated sometimes.
Well, and
That's
truthfully,
the
to me,
and movies on top of that.
it's making the movies better only because they have to actually do some writing. They're not copying and pasting from the comic book straight over here. Oh, it's easy to do Civil War, page 1, page 2, page, and that's all they got to do. But now they got to actually incorporate other characters and change this and change that. I'm all for it. Give me a better story.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, real quick, what do y'all think about the? I know I'm trying to go back a little bit. What y'all think about the whole MJ reveal, man? What y'all think about that?
I thought it was dope.
I thought it was pretty cool, but what's even cooler, if y'all paid close attention, like before that scene when he was talking, right after Peter speaks to MJ or whatever, he goes to the bathroom, and once he's walking out, there's a tiger mascot in the background somewhere walking or whatever. And I think that was a pretty cool reference to her as well, because what did MJ used to call Peter Parker in the comics?
She called him Tiger. Yeah.
So
yeah,
that was a good connection right there as well.
Oh, okay. That's
Man, you was really paying attention, man. Give this man an award or something.
right. He was paying attention. How many times you figured out in one movie?
I just thought it was pretty cool and convenient. It was just like,
were you watching the movie or were you just watching Easter eggs?
I was watching everything, bro. I watched this movie 2 times. One time with a friend of mine,
okay,
and the second time with my father, because I mean, him and I are geeks. And so
Okay.
and I was like, I don't think my father caught that. So I caught that hands on. But when everyone heard her say MJ, everyone gasped instantly. I was like, it was expected, but it's not Mary Jane. It's Michelle Jones. But it was a good reference at the same time. So I guess people sort of just got shell shocked. I can't believe
I think eventually it could be something, man. I feel like if they're like sophomores right now in the story or whatever, I think that
she's actually a senior.
Will bring them together.
She's actually a senior. He's a sophomore.
She was a senior? I thought they were together.
They are, but he's younger.
Senior. No, the love interest girl, I forgot her name. She was a senior. Yeah, but MJ is in the same grade as Peter.
Yeah. No, I think.
Yeah, they had classes together and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, well, think about the high school, because even when I was in high school, I had classes with seniors when I was in 10th grade.
But no, the girl said she was a senior though. The love interest girl, the Vulture's daughter, they mentioned her being a senior in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why Peter was so surprised that he could ask her to, to go to the dance and everything, because she's a senior and all that. He had a crush on her.
True.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the best part is that girl that was calling them out. What is her name? The one that was saying y'all are weird.
Oh, that was
Zendaya.
Yeah.
The MJ person.
Yeah. Michelle Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her. She was like, y'all are just weird.
But then again, she got played too, because she was like, if you're weird, then why you're with us?
So, exactly.
So
clap back real.
No. At that moment, it was like, bruh, you're trying to play me, but you still here. So why you trying it? You tried it though.
She did.
Hey, did y'all catch that line when it was at the Washington Market?
Yes.
She was like, I'm not gonna go in there, you know what I'm saying, real about slaves or whatever. That was for the culture right there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcus, I want to ask you something. I know we talk about Marvel, but you brought up Doctor Strange, and you see how it was. So if this is DC's chance to bring in Dr. Fate, just to get that cleared up right quick. I mean, it's piggyback. It's piggybacking. You see how Aquaman's gonna kill it, eventually Mars gonna come. That's how I look at it. But I just had to get this out the way right quick. Do y'all really think how Doctor Strange did, they're gonna bring in Dr. Fate later?
They could eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
So do y'all think y'all see him before Shazam? Because they're still trying to figure out who Shazam is gonna be. Do you think they'll actually get an actor figured out?
Let's go there on a different video.
I'm sorry, get that out the way.
We ain't just gonna jump genres right now. We're stuck
I just had to
here.
get that out the way. because people been bringing it up. I just had to get it out the way. I had to get that.
We branching off in a different. You want to jump to a whole nother tree? No. We're not gonna do that right now.
Well, I just had to see. Okay.
But I know one thing I did like what the Spider-Man movie did was like they did bring a lot of different faces into this as far as like, okay, first of all, Tom Holland he doesn't like white women because they gave him a biracial person and whatever race is Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you
She's
mean.
been racially ambiguous.
Yes. So I'm like, you gave him to go up against 2 months, and like, I'm fine with that. And then his friend Ned is actually, his whole character is set up off of Miles Morales' best friend.
Yeah.
But they gave him the name Ned. They gave him Ned Leeds. So I'm like, how the hell is this big dude gonna be Hobgoblin?
Exactly.
You're gonna get on that weight plan.
It's bad enough. It's bad.
But he was probably he's probably one of the worst friends ever.
Oh my God, he was pissed. He was making me so mad.
I was so angry in the movie, man.
I'm like, dude, shut up. Dude, shut up. And quit stretching out my mouth.
Yes, I guess he was such a dork.
So, but yeah, and whoever brought up the fact that Flash Thompson was some little nerd and not the big athlete that he was supposed to be, because that's Agent Venom.
Yes.
Why would
Yeah.
I was like,
they had a lot of diversity, man. It was pretty cool.
But you could see him, because you got to think he didn't even really get Agent Venom to like he went military and everything, and he had lost his limb. So I mean, it's time for him to get big and stuff. It's time, if they decide to pick the same actor.
I don't see him. I only see him as a nerd because he was in Dope and he was a geek, and now he's in Spider-Man and he's a geek.
Or they could just pick somebody
I think they figured they're never going to get Venom, so they just picked him for diversity's sake.
Or that.
They may not even try to do anything.
So, Infinity Wars is what year again?
Next year.
Next year. And part 2 is the year after that?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, hypothetically, do you think they do just say something happens with Thanos, he does something crazy? Is this a chance for us to get Spider-Man to learn Way of the Spider and introduce Shang-Chi?
You broke up on the end. I didn't hear the question.
Well, they introduce, like, if something happens, they could switch whatever. Maybe the battle was so great, or Thanos did something with the Infinity Gauntlet, or whatever, and Spider-Man loses spider senses. And Tony, as in the comics, Tony actually gets Shang-Chi to train Spider-Man because he lost his powers because he had Startech and everything. So I'm saying, would this be a way to introduce Shang-Chi to the movies if they decide to?
I think you're going way deeper than what it needs to go.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
I'm just saying.
It's like
you never know what they got planned.
Okay, what they want in the movie, right? And then the nerd stuff is like way over here.
I mean, it's not even really that hard. Because, like I said, even when you train,
in your mind is in your mind it's not hard. In our mind, it's not hard. But as far as selling a movie, they're not going to try and bring in all these extra characters just yet.
Well, you got to think about it.
Because he has to have his second movie after Infinity War.
That's why I said later on. Like down the line. I didn't think like the next 4 or 5 years. Even
after that, they still have to redo the contracts.
You never know, because the diversity is so much bigger now. You never know what they got planned.
Planned out yet?
That's all good.
You can't count it out.
They got
you cannot
let that man hope, man.
Honestly, I'm tired. I could care less.
No, it's I can see on the broader spectrum on what you're saying, what they should do and what they can do. Problem is they're not good. When they try to do something like that, you got to realize how long it takes to make one of these movies. I mean, they're still filming Infinity War now. For the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta realize, okay, I think they said the Infinity War trailer is gonna be out for Thor Ragnarok. So in other words, we'll probably get it before that because it's gonna get leaked somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll be in the
But
theater filming.
like I said, I've seen Stranger Things in movies.
So
You know, so I never thought they would do Captain Marvel, and I don't even think she's even a character that deserves a movie myself personally.
It could happen.
I think they
Like I
did.
said, when I saw
I doubt
Captain,
it.
Anything happens,
Captain.
it's all possible, man.
like I
Notice
said,
how they went Captain Marvel and not Miss Marvel.
exactly because of how she is like right now in the comics. You know, she's Captain Marvel. You know, and then when I saw it, I was like, they're doing a Captain Marvel movie, really? She's not even. Not even like that. People's like Iron Man was a B-list character, but I'm like, he was the original Avenger, so he has that clout. But Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel, I'm like,
They want to have a strong female like Wonder Woman.
Exactly. Exactly.
that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I think they're gonna have it
Because Black Widow ain't it.
Oh no,
No.
I would
she's
love to
definitely not
see Scarlett Johansson in a solo movie again, but
No, she ain't gonna bring in the bucks, man.
she can. I mean, I'll see her on the big screen anytime.
No.
That's ScarJo. Come on now.
so how do y'all think Ragnarok will do compared to how y'all think this movie will
Better
do?
than the first two Thor movies.
Oh, it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be better than the first two.
Yeah,
movies, man.
well, I was saying compared to
The trailer is better than the
already
first two
seen.
movies, bro.
Yeah, once you saw Hulk,
Yeah,
that was
it
the
was like,
moneymaker
oh,
right
snap,
there, Hulk.
That was
Yeah.
all we needed to see was Hulk.
Right. I mean, but just personal opinion compared to the four we just seen to Spider-Man, how you think it's gonna stack up with those?
Mm.
Put it like this: when
I
I,
think
saw
it
the
brings-
first Thor movie, go ahead,
ahead.
Marcus.
What's up?
Oh, okay. When I saw the first Thor movie, I was like, it's got its little dramatics and blah blah blah. But it was like, okay, what else is going on with this? What else is going on with this? What else is going on with this? I was like, and then when he gets the hammer back, it's like everything just like it just sped up to the end. I'm like, what the hell happened? It was like, yeah.
Too much goofy stuff.
It just wasn't.
I didn't even attempt
I
to
can
see
tell
the
you,
second movie.
I can tell you the two best things in Thor 1 and 2. And that was Kat Dennings' boobs. That was the best thing in Thor 1 and 2.
No, I said it was Loki and the little bit of humor they had.
Yeah, Loki is a pretty good villain, man. I can give a Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Loki. I Loki.
Great job with him.
I think that this one, it seems like it stands on its own, man. It's like the trailer is like it's super colorful, man. The world that they're in, man, is real, it's interactive, man. You got the Hulk in there. It's like Spider-Man pretty much just threw an alley-oop, man. He just threw an alley-oop to it. It's like y'all got no
And Marcus,
choice.
you know what's funny? I actually was like, this is like Ragnarok. Like it's a little bit too friendly for Ragnarok to me. I was like, it could have been a little bit darker. But
okay, did you see that? Did you see that part where like before his hair got cut?
mm-hmm.
Like where he was, like that seemed Ragnarok to me. You know what I'm saying? It seemed hellish or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just wondering how the Hulk got there. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, how did he get in space? Like, I'm trying to figure. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's what I'm waiting to see.
I hope it's not at the end of the movie or something stupid like that. When Hulk shows up,
What you think, Rube?
that'll piss me off.
How Hulk gets to that arena? How he gets all the way up there?
Well, okay. Now, remember in the end of what was that? Avengers 2.
Yeah, Age of Ultron.
They said the plane crashed or something, right?
But I thought he left in the plane. He just turned out the communications.
No, but they said they found something that crashed somewhere. They said it could have been the jet, but they don't know yet.
And what movie again?
And that was at the end. That was what
Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Avengers 2. That was at the end, right when they were in the compound. They told Black Widow about that, but it was like because the stealth was still on it, they couldn't really tell if that was the plane or not. They just knew it was just some kind of crash over there. So I'm not sure how he got there. There's some kind of way. I'm hoping that they can tie it into what like it's so many possibilities to do it because they're not giving us the whole Illuminati to do it.
You know what? Just the name alone would cause so many issues.
So, yeah.
For the people that don't know,
love for them to do. I would love for them to do the Illuminati.
I would too, but they would probably change the name.
Yeah, it'd have to be like the
I
secret
think
order
so
or something.
I mean, they definitely would call it something else because if you call Illuminati, oh my gosh, that would, yeah, they would probably change the name, though. But I would be willing. I would be buying my
The illuminated
tickets
ones.
a year ahead of time if I could. If they do an Illuminati movie.
Marcus, how many times are you in this call?
Hey man, my phone died and I just made it home.
I was saying no. We got Marcus is up here twice.
Yeah, Marcus up here twice.
Why am I up here twice, man? I only see myself once. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? What is this going on?
I'm trying to see it on the live chat. Let's see.
It's the devil.
Okay, he's gone now.
Okay, he left one of the calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm shocked I'm not on here twice because I'm watching it on my phone and my other phone.
Right.
Man, got two phones. That's that Baltimore drug dealer.
Hey, I have two phones. One right now. This is the other one.
I mean, I'm watching.
One just don't got no real service.
I got my laptop over here and I got my phone right here. So.
Laptop? What's that?
This one's used for games. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, oh man, I had a question.
I got something.
We've been going. What's up?
The way they reveal MJ, like in the original comics, Mary Jane was supposed to be in there like the whole time, and they kept mentioning Mary Jane the whole time. Like MJ in this movie was in the background the whole time and saying stuff, and you didn't know she was MJ until the end. So I feel like that was a callback to the original comics as far as Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Which is odd.
Tell me something.
Wouldn't it have been a lot easier for us to catch it because, mind you, a lot of people think she's the main interest of Peter Parker, but she's not the first interest in the comics, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Right.
So
there are 3 of his girlfriends in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So that means where's Gwen Stacy, aka Spider-Gwen?
Yeah, they have her.
Speaking of that, Cindy Moon supposedly was also in the film.
Man, they had so many people in this movie that like are significant to the universe. They're like, okay, y'all trying to set up everything now.
Yeah.
Do you think that Cindy got bit? You think Cindy got bit and they didn't mention it though?
Maybe, because rumor has it that she was an Asian, one of the kids on the decathlon team. The Asian kid, as a matter of fact, that was Cindy Moon, aka Silk. So.
But then again, if she did get bit, they would have been attracted to each other.
Yeah, that's true. Trust me, I would have been attracted to her as well. I mean, she's fine.
I don't remember what she looked like now.
They could probably be doing like X-Men 1 and just giving us a bunch of side characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's Jubilee.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's never been mentioned by name in any movie.
The most useless mutant ever to me, Jubilee.
Yeah. Thanks to Apocalypse.
I mean, you gave us Jubilee twice and didn't do shit with her.
Yeah, that was wild, man.
That movie was terrible. Terrible. In the great words of daggone Dave Chappelle, terrible.
on the mutants, I was just wondering. We seen Havoc and Cyclops. Then we're gonna see the other Summers brother, maybe
Yeah. What was his name? Hobbit?
Vulcan,
Okay, yeah.
the spoiled little brother that was like really crazy, wanted to kill everybody.
There's a good possibility. Problem is, Scott is supposed to be the oldest brother, right?
I thought Havoc was.
I mean,
I thought in the comics, Scott was the oldest.
I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I know
Yeah,
Vulcan is the
I
youngest.
think Scott is oldest.
In this one, Havoc's the oldest.
Yeah.
And they don't age in 10 years either in the new movies.
Oh
Right.
God!
They stay the same age 10 years later.
But
Yeah, because the first one took place in, what was it, the 60s?
The 60s.
Then the
Then
second
it
one
was the
took place,
70s.
and then it was the 70s, and then it was the 80s. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Professor X ain't aged a day.
Or Beast.
no.
And they can make the assumption that, or they can say that because they're mutants they don't age. But Metaget, whatever her name is, she didn't age at all.
Yeah. I was going to say blue don't crack.
Dead.
That's crazy. But
half of the mutants were blue in those movies.
Right.
As I
You
go
might as
back
well
and watch
call it. It's
X-Men
not even
Apocalypse,
the X-Men. It's daggone Avatar.
Oh, you mean Blue Pocahontas?
Blue Pocahontas.
right.
I'm glad somebody said that, because I thought I was the only one that was thinking that whole Avatar movie was basically Christopher Columbus coming to America. That's all it was.
I mean, X-Men in them, but the civil rights movement.
Civil rights movement. Exactly.
With superpowers.
New power.
But
I done
again,
heard over the years I done heard so many people compare like the mutants to the civil rights thing. They actually, I remember I used to see that meme where like people said that like they were connected. I'm like, no, but
No, I thought the writers admitted that they took influence from Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
I actually have yet to see that. I just see like people assume or said it, but me personally have yet to see like
Something I watched. They said they did that on purpose.
yeah, there was actually a publication. I can't remember who was, but like an actual legit from Marvel that they did admit to. That's what they were based on. I can't remember where I saw it, but
if you could get that would be like lovely, honestly. If I could get
but
that.
it's not far
And
fetched.
dirty and muty, and you know what that meant.
I mean,
Crazy. But yeah, I was just like, just thought, I'm like, we done seen the brothers. I'm like, but the youngest man, but his attitude was so bad. He just like, he wanted everybody dead.
Well,
he wanted
like,
everybody.
That might be after the Phoenix Saga.
It could possibly be because it could definitely possibly be, and because then they teased haven't they already said something about the Shi'ar or brought it up before already?
something like that.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't remember.
I remember seeing something about Lalandria. I've seen something about her movie wise. So I'm not sure. Y'all probably
After watching X-Men Apocalypse, I kind of see where they wanted to go, because they kind of like, hey, here, take this 90s X-Men cartoon looking like costumes and take this and have fun with it. That's all they did. If you take that last, like, because I was looking at that geeking out, like, oh, those are the costumes. Those are the costumes. But after that, I'm like, y'all brought us Phoenix way too soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Way too soon.
Like they did not once show us Jean Grey passing out using her powers.
Nope.
With the O face.
And there was no way that Professor X lost his hair that way. There's no way.
Yes.
yeah, they kind of just made that up, man. That's that movie magic.
Yeah, like, oh, that's how he lost his hair?
I mean,
y'all couldn't give us nothing more dramatic?
And he wasn't.
Or he just started losing it from losing his brain so much.
That's what gets me.
They should have said those shots he was taking so he could walk. That made his hair fall off. They should have did that.
Yeah.
Nah, because then that would have made Beast become hairless too. And nobody wants to see no
different effect.
blue.
Well, maybe it affects their genes
Dr.
differently.
Manhattan. They ain't Dr. Manhattan. We don't want to see no big naked blue man walking around. Like that, Jensen.
I don't think they can.
Like how I jump genres right there. But them going into Dark Phoenix this quick is like y'all are really desperate to try to do something with this X-Men franchise, even though internationally they do way better than in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably
they didn't even
they
didn't even establish Cyclops and all them yet to be doing Dark Phoenix.
Yeah,
man, they ain't gonna never get Cyclops this dude.
Nah, you know he's the most hated right now. Okay. Yeah, he the most hated right now.
Out of all the suits, they gave us the 90s suits with that crappy movie. They could have gave us some of the crappy suits and then like do a whole trailer for the new X-Men movie, and then it's all the 90s suits, and we would have been happy with that.
Well,
we're never gonna see Wolverine in his costume.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
You'll never see that. But technically, you actually be able to if Laura McKinney comes to the X-Force, in which she will. I pray she does. I pray she does. At least. I mean, think about it. She is carrying the torch now. So now that Logan is.
Well, I think they're going to bring her out as Wolverine. When is that? For X-Force.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Because X-Force isn't coming out for at least another 2 years.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, they're so I can understand that. I mean, if you bring her out in X-Force as Wolverine, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
With the costume, please.
With the X-Force costume, I wouldn't mind that.
I love it. Shoot, I mean, it's better than the cheesy costumes that we grew up on from 1989's X-Men, Pride of the X-Men, all the way to 2003, or was it 2000 X-Men Evolution?
I mean, of course, they already gave us Psylocke, so Psylocke's in the universe already.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to do how do you put? Is it Phantom X?
Phantom X, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to bring that. I want to bring that character out, and I mean, they've already established Warpath, but then they erased Warpath. So I mean, are they going to bring him back out?
Yeah.
Well, like comics, the characters don't stay dead for long away, so it's a possibility in movies as well.
Yeah.
X-Men, they kill a lot of mutants in their comics. Like seriously, good mutants at that.
Yeah, I'm still mad Darwin didn't last long.
Yeah.
I actually want to see
Man, that brother didn't last no time.
Barely made a minute.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, dude, he's a cool character. Oh, he's dead already?
Yeah, they didn't. He knew the brother wasn't gonna last that long.
It's X-Men. I was hoping he was going to last long.
And then what's bad, Marcus, his powers is surviving. That's the bad part.
I thought Darwin was going to come back because he evolves and whatnot.
Exactly. That's the
But
bad
no.
part about it. He evolved and survives, and he was gone in like one movie.
They weren't gonna be great, man.
So we got way off topic. We're going to go back to Spider-Man.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go around the table. Taurus, we'll start with you. What do you expect to see? What do you want to see in the Spider-Man future?
For the future of Spider-Man, I want to see, God knows, and I hope I see it. I want to see, although it's already been confirmed, Miles Morales do his thing. That's the one part of the Spidey universe that I want to see, and possibly Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. I mean, his costume is amazing. He's amazing himself. He's sort of like Batman Beyond, except with Spidey senses, if you think about it. But I definitely want need that for sure. And of course, the Sinister Six, they're going to do their thing. And one villain that I definitely want to see in this franchise to come back is Mysterio. Although we know him from the X-Men franchise, but he's also in the Spider-Man franchise as well. So I definitely want Mysterio, make a difference in the future movies to come.
I.E. Hunter, we have read a few comments.
We have read a lot of the comments. T-Man and I, we have commented on some of the comments that are coming up. We just hadn't got to it because we're trying to get more of what everybody's saying as far as the panel. We didn't, because of the fact that, and this again was my fault because we started kind of late due to some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
That we were trying to get everything out and everything, and I think we're already going on an hour. So, i.e., we're not ignoring people. We're trying to answer some of the questions. It's just, this is an ongoing process with this show. So please bear with us. We're not ignoring the comments. It's just, hey, we wish you guys.
I'll pick up a little bit here. Things I want to see. Spider-Man movies, man. I just want them to progressively get more mature. I wanted to grow with Peter Parker, just like the comics and the cartoons and everything we used to see. I want a stronger character development and more actual drama, realness, grittiness. That's something I want to see as far as Spider-Man. By the time I get to the 3, I want it to be real. I want some real stakes at hand. I want some real life or death things happening. You know what I'm saying? Give me a real good story.
Jensen?
Yeah, I definitely want to see
T-Man, go ahead.
a strong. Sorry, I definitely want to see a stronger, more confident Spider-Man, a more confident Peter Parker. Because I know he's like a teenager and he's starting out, but he was so bumbling in this movie. It drove me up the wall. And he didn't do any real building the building and whatnot. So yeah, I never really thought of Iron Man as being like a super powerful superhero. But then I was thinking after watching this, if Iron Man was fighting the Vulture, that fight would have been over in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Compared to Spider-Man. So definitely a more confident and just more strong Peter Parker Spider-Man.
I can dig it.
Jensen?
I agree.
I like actually what they're doing. I like how he just wasn't just doing his thing. He was still learning because he's getting used to this. So he wasn't doing everything we know he could do. I think in the future movies he'll be better. Like I said, he was stumbling around, but I mean, he's still he's still getting used to all this, even after when Tony Stark brought him in Civil War as well. Because in that one he was starstruck. I want to see Kraven the Hunter. That's what I want to see them bring in, and I want Carnage.
Okay.
Those two are the people I really want to see. But other than that, I like what they're doing.
So, from what I really do want to see from this whole what they're doing, I want to see Spider-Man stay with the MCU. That's number one. I do want to see him stay with the MCU because I don't want him to leave and go somewhere else. Once he does that, we're kind of screwed over from there. Because I don't trust Spider-Man solely in Sony's hands anymore. I mean, out of the 5 movies they gave us, Spider-Man 2 was probably the only good one.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 was hard.
Tobey was the best.
Now,
That's one.
Now, in the future, if they're going to do that Sinister Six movie, if they're going to go with more villains, I do want the person that played Dr. Octopus to come back and reprise his role. Now, I think that needs to be a must. Y'all need to call him and get him in there because that was probably one of the favorite villains of any of the superhero movies that's been out.
Have you seen him recently, though?
No, I have not.
I wonder if he's too old.
That's a good point, man. What year was that?
So that's how I want to see it. I do want to see the Sinister Six movie succeed. I do want to see Carnage. I really do. And I actually want to see that dude that was playing Joker in the Gotham show.
Yeah, I don't know about.
Well, but the redheaded kid, yeah, I want to see him as Carnage because I think that kid is actually.
Oh, that would be cool.
No, that would be.
He's a really
dope.
Connor's gonna scare some kids away.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make it darker, man.
Carnage
Make it darker, man.
I mean,
I want him.
Is Venom going to be rated R?
oh yes,
Yes.
yes.
I mean, with
So it's not even going to be a kid movie anyway.
He's technically an alien. He needs a host in order for him to come in full figure human form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if in my opinion, I think it's gonna be like Alien. You know the Alien franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably the best movie franchise of all time. I mean, it's sort of like that. I feel like I'm gonna get that vibe with this movie when it comes out next year. It's gonna be dope.
So yeah. Also, some of the stuff in like Connor Narc is up here they're saying yes. I do want to see Craven in there. I actually want to see Craven in the Netflix series. I don't want to see him in the Spider-Man movie. I actually want to see him in the Netflix series because I think he needs a lot of development. So I think a 13
Yeah, that would be cool.
A 13 episode season for him developing into whatever he is. That means they would need to bring. I would actually like to see them bring Miles Morales into the Netflix series.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. If y'all not going to give him the movie, let him go to Netflix and let him use Spider-Man in that universe.
Right. Is it going to be an alternate universe or?
No, they're saying that Peter Parker and Miles Morales exist in the same universe. That's why Donald Glover, he's saying that he's the Prowler and his nephew is Miles Morales.
Aaron Davis.
So he says it in the movie. I have a nephew out here. So that's what let us
know. Oh yeah. I forgot all about that.
But before the movie even came out, they did say that Miles Morales did exist in the universe already. Not like he was a kid just to know he existed as a Spider-Man already. So I'm not sure how they're gonna tie that in, but I would love for him to go to the Netflix series just so we can get a Spider-Man with the Defenders.
Yeah, if he's never gonna be in a cinematic universe, then yeah.
So yeah, and I would be totally fine.
He has to be. That's a mandate. That's a mandation right there. He has to be in the MCU.
Marcus, quit joining the damn conversation. But no, it's I would actually like to see them take Donald Glover's character and throw him into the MCU.
Y'all remember when he tried to Spider-Man?
I mean, not the MCU, the Netflix. I'm at Netflix.
Oh.
Because I think what Marvel's doing with Netflix, minus what they did with Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
We're just gonna forget Iron Fist happened. Besides that, I want to see them go further with that Netflix because again, they were only giving us 2 seasons a year. I think they can go 3 or 4. They can pump them out. They can go 3 or 4 seasons a year and still get a good turnaround on everything.
Fun fact. With the Defenders season coming up, it's only 8 episodes. Do y'all think that's accurate?
What's that?
I think it's 13. Usually all of them mandatory 13.
Normally 13. I've seen some shows only have 8. I think I heard about them having 8 though, like a while ago.
Yeah. Stranger Things had what, 9 or 8?
Yeah.
They had 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But it's not. It depends on the actual franchise that's actually putting out something. Which is why the Get Down was only 6 parts and then 5 parts. It was basically one whole season broken up into 2 parts.
Yeah, the Defenders is supposed to be like a mini series or something. It's not like a full season like the standalone show.
Yeah. But again, Defenders comes out next month.
Yeah, man.
And then we have Punisher coming out, I think, in December, November, December. And then we have Daredevil coming out in March of next year, season 3. And then they got Jessica Jones season 2 coming out next year. They got Luke Cage season 2 coming out next year.
Yes, Lord, it's gonna be nice.
They have so much coming out. I mean, they got to bring more characters because Marvel does have the rights to Moon Knight back. They got the rights to Blade and Ghost Rider. They're talking about Johnny Blaze is already in this universe. They gave us Robbie Reyes in the show in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Johnny Blaze does already exist in this because they've already mentioned him.
But they need to bring him.
Bad man right there, Johnny Blaze.
For a while, he needs to show out now.
That's why, and Marvel has approached Wesley Snipes to talk about doing Blade again.
It needs to happen. It needs to happen. I just want to see Blade and Moon
It's
Knight
gonna-
together on Netflix. I would love to see them together.
It's going to be heavy CGI.
Blade inspiration as soon as when I first read the comics and saw the movie. I mean, Blade has to happen. Just the same with Spawn, although that's a different story for a different day.
Yeah.
But that has to happen. I mean, think about it. What he did even with those 3 movies, even with the third one with To Whom Now He Is Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. I mean, can't go wrong with that.
Funny thing you say that about that. Right after that movie came out, they approached him about doing Deadpool.
Yeah.
So right after Blade 3 came out, they had approached him to do Deadpool. He knew nothing of the character, so he started reading up on it. And one of the comic books, he read that they asked him what he looked like, and he said a mix between Ryan Reynolds and what was that? What did he say in the movie? Mixed with Ryan Reynolds and something else?
Sharpay.
A radioactive Sharpay.
Yeah, radioactive Sharpay.
Yeah, they said that that's in the comic books. That's what actually intrigued him more. But he liked the character, so he just said, "Hey, this is something I want to do," and he pushed it for that long. So think about it. When did Blade 3 come out? That was what, 2004?
Yeah, 2003.
Early
2005.
2000s.
Yes, he said it took him 10 years just to try to get that movie made, and he won't admit to the fact that he's the one that leaked that trailer.
He sort of admitted, but not admitted.
I mean, that's dedication right there, especially for 10 years. I mean, dang, I can't even fall asleep for 10 minutes. 10 years? Damn.
Hold on. I.E. Hunter, he wants to see Peter Parker trying to get credit recovery, trying to graduate high school, and then maybe try some weed in the bathroom. Typical high school stuff. That is actually hilarious.
He also said trying to have sex.
Because I don't like the fact that they didn't really give him his spider sense. So to have him have spider sense to try weed and his spider sense just goes haywire, that would be hilarious.
But his Spidey sense will be in the Infinity Wars movie, according to.
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So
now, is it because of the suit?
Maybe it might be.
I hope not.
No, they said they said they showed his hair is moving like.
Sense on this one.
Yeah.
Like the real spider sense.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but have you ever gone to step on a spider and it didn't sense you stepping on it, you just step on it anyway, it doesn't run? How was that spider sense? Because
they mean that when you touch the web, they can feel the vibration of the web, and they run away, or they know that it's a prey on the web.
Okay, that makes more sense because
I never know. Thank you for telling me that.
Because every time I step on a spider, I'm like, where the hell is your spider sense at?
And then
Peter is more like a psychic ability.
No, if you're talking about a fly, now a fly is something else.
Yeah.
A fly has better spider sense than Spider-Man.
I mean,
They got 1,000,000 eyes.
Then thinking about it, spiders, they have ultra ray vision. So, gamma ray vision technically, but so they know where blood is streaming through a living body. It's sort of like a mosquito, technically, because that's how come they tell whether they're gonna suck you or not. That sounds bad. Oops. But
Don't you have to pay extra for that? So
I knew that was coming.
man, it's just
Only a matter of time.
Darius Woods. He says, I want to see him say bye, Felicia the Black Cat.
What?
That has to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that really has to happen for real.
Yes.
Let's talk about a game that I was anticipated on this year, but it's moved back to early next year.
Talking about the Spider-Man game?
Yes.
Until it comes out, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, man.
I actually have to play it.
All right, so check this out. You know did you see the gameplay for it? If you haven't, go check it out. It's on YouTube. This thing is cool though. I mean, it's technically like the movie, but the suit is dope. The only thing is it's revolved around Wilson Fisk, similar to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game, which was terrible. The only reason why I even tolerated it was because all of the different suits that I could wear, from Miles Morales' suit to the Iron Spider to even Venom. But it was like all the same technology that was used in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie is the exact way that you see in the video game. The exact way. Which, I mean, I find interesting, but at the same time, it's expected. Like, enlighten me with something new. But maybe they probably just changed it. I mean, that was just the beginning, gameplay, but we'll see how it ends up. But I was excited for that. They pushed it back a couple of months.
I got a situation.
Coming out around February, maybe, the same month as Black Panther, which is a bad idea because ain't nobody going to be worried about Spider-Man. They're going to be worried about Black Panther. And it's Black History Month.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Okay, video games and movies, that's two totally different things. That's not going to stop the sales. Trust me, it won't stop the sales of that game.
It's not.
Okay, here's the good scenario that they put for Spider-Man. The scene for 40-year-old version when he's sitting there trying to put on a condom. And trying to smash having Spider-Man going through that same situation.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No,
that'd be a little too gritty.
Yeah.
This not Transformers.
Yeah.
Like you see him like bust one really quick, and then like, oh, my Spidey sense isn't tingling anymore.
We'll make the web shoot out as a metaphor.
I mean,
like they do a long shot from the house, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And then you go back into the room, and she's like stuck to the wall.
I mean,
this never happens.
This never happens. I swear.
Hey, if that's the case, would that be considered, Ned, since he did mention about looking at porn in the library at prom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, would that be considered that sequence? I don't know. I mean, because mind you, he did want to be the man in the chair. So I don't know. Maybe that was just an Easter egg for that in the future. I don't know, but good scenario. Just saying.
What do you think about the end credit scene, man? Patience.
I was laughing too much to be pissed off.
Yeah. He might as well have the troll face on.
Yeah.
Bruh, like the fact that he even did that, it shows that, his time is probably up. I hate saying that. His time is probably up. As far as Chris.
But, in the Civil War movie, I thought he was going to die. I really did.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I had to cut my beard off the first time.
Yeah.
Well, he did ask how many more of these we got to do.
Yeah.
But his time, I don't think his time is coming up to where, like, he's going to be completely done with the MCU. But as far as just full-on roles and full movies of Captain America, he's going to be done.
Yeah.
They're going to treat him like Robert Downey Jr. and just give him like little spots here and there. Because I would love for them to go ahead and bring back Shield and then be the director of Shield.
Yeah. But I mean,
I think that would work out better because they're not going to renew Sam Jackson's contract.
so that leaves this next question. In Infinity War, there's been so many speculations as to who is going to die. And I feel like that, and I hate saying it because I love Captain America to death, just like everybody else. But I feel like he's going to die.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to die. I hate saying that, but
I believe you.
Ever
This
since
is gonna be
You'll
I
never
believe you.
die.
I believe,
He'll probably die because he's one of the most loved characters,
right.
honestly,
and
I
that'll leave an
believe
impact.
But so
this will be the chance that we see Bucky come back because they're gonna bring him back to be Captain America.
He's
This
got
will be
more.
the chance to bring him back.
He still has movies under his contract.
Yeah. So y'all do think he's gonna? Well, of course he has more movies. So, because I mean, just thinking about it, they still have to do Infinity Gauntlet too. So, yeah.
Well, okay, but the Infinity War movies is supposed to be one movie is supposed to be the Infinity Gauntlet, and the other one's supposed to be Infinity War.
Yeah.
They're not doing part 1 and 2 anymore.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore.
So I think the first one is Infinity Gauntlet, and the second one is Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
How many movies Chris Evans got left?
He's only got a couple left. He only has 2 left, which is
Yeah. The Avengers movie.
So after Infinity Wars, his contract is done, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the same time as Tony Stark.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like Bucky's still gonna be Wakanda. They're gonna need somebody else to pick up the shield. That's when they'll do. That's their chance to bring Bucky back.
I know exactly who.
That's his chance to be introduced back.
Sam Wilson, Falcon. He's probably going to be the new captain.
I think they're gonna do Bucky first.
Yeah, probably Bucky.
Cause that's the chance to bring him back into the universe.
Yeah.
And they've been building up Bucky way more than Falcon.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey,
They tried in Civil War.
Exactly.
Hey T, is your feed buffering on the YouTube video?
As far as YouTube, I left off of there. Sorry.
Okay, because I'm looking at mine. It still shows like it's buffering. It's not picking up anything. So I'm not sure if we're still feeding out to anybody.
Yeah, it's working now.
Okay, is it working now?
Yeah.
Mine isn't. Anyway,
Yes.
I would like what IE Hunter was saying that about y'all were saying about being Cap. I would like to see them use Falcon first before giving it over to Bucky. Just so we can.
They might go to Falcon because that's what's happening in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like. Okay.
I mean, that would be dope to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be dope.
But if they go, if they go in order, it's Cap, Bucky, then Cap again, then Sam.
I would like to see Sam get it first, just so we can say that he had it, and they're gonna give it a Bucky right after.
But how would they do that then? As far as Bucky getting the shield from Sam.
Who knows? Well, maybe because because Bucky's still frozen in Wakanda.
I mean, how would they do it? Okay, Sam has a shield for a movie, and then all of a sudden they can give it up.
The Russo brothers, I don't know.
Oh man, he come out the ice, you know what I'm saying? And he like, hey man, I think this shield belongs to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, how they was going at it in that car scene? You think Sam gonna do that?
If it helps to put it in perspective, once Tony Stark has retired from being Iron Man, although he'll always and forever be Iron Man, who's gonna be the next Iron Man? Just like in the comics, it's not gonna be a man, it's gonna be a woman. A young woman, Riri Williams, Ironheart.
I would like for them.
Was it? What? Who was the actual Iron Man after Tony was?
No, because
Then his brother. When his brother Iron Man for a little bit.
his brother was Iron Man for a little bit.
Yeah, his brother was too. I
In
forgot.
the current comics right now, Iron Man is still Iron Man.
Yeah, current.
But Riri is also got the suit.
Yeah,
And did
But then you got
she
Dr.
make
Doom
a
as
suit
Iron Man.
herself?
she
She had a different name,
Dr.
right?
Doom as Iron Man too right now.
yeah.
of course, that's why. But she ends up teaming up with Iron Man.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Yeah. Eventually, yeah. Well, the AI anyway, but you got a point there. They are teamed up right now. Because the real Tony Stark just came back in Secret Empire.
Yeah.
I
So
need
Who knows?
for real.
it's coming. All of this is coming to an end, and we're gonna have to see what they do afterwards because the Guardians of the Galaxy still have some contracts left.
Right.
Yeah, it's actually
Mhm.
emotional at this point because think about it. We lost Logan this year. Just thinking about it.
Who cried during Logan?
I'm too gangster,
Man,
but
I
don't know, man.
The
Almost.
feels kicked in.
My
The
bro-
feels
my
did
bro-
kick
Oh,
in,
I'm
but
telling
that's
you.
it.
I'm telling you. No.
My bro was a little
When
tragic. But that
No,
was
you
about
you're
it,
looking
man.
at him and you see him dying, like, okay, you get all sad and everything, like, oh, Logan's dead. And then they bury him and they had the cross, and when she turned that cross to an X, I'm like, oh, fuck you.
you know, it's funny you say that because the way I looked at it was this: the cross was for Logan, but the X was for Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know, you got to look at it from like a mutant aspect and a human aspect, and that's what got me. I mean, I didn't cry. I'm too gangster to cry, like I said, but it's just one of those things where.
You got some great explanations for everything.
But I mean, it's still
Start calling you Dr. Comics.
I mean, comics is life, though. If you think about it, comics is life, bro. For real, it is. It's really life. I mean,
Is that what your pillow? You got comic book stuff in your pillowcase?
I do.
But no,
I
it's
definitely do.
everybody out with their little action figures and everything. Look at mine. Look at my collection. I got this last week. So yeah.
I got
yeah. I
him.
remember when I was going out and I bought damn near all of them in the area before they restocked.
Oh yeah. This actually came from Walmart. I'm still trying to figure out. That's the funny thing too. I've been looking for a Black Panther Legends series action figure, and I've been looking intensively everywhere, and it's been said on the net that it's sold out.
Which one are you looking for? Which one are you looking for?
If it's the movie one, Rube found that like 100 times.
Yeah, it's the movie one, but no, actually, it's the comics. The one from the comics when he was first introduced in 1969.
Oh, okay.
In Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's the one I did the review on. Yeah. Okay, that one is a Walmart exclusive. You can only get it at Walmart. However, it is not in stores yet. It was only released online at first. So once they released it online, they posted a link up in our Facebook group for the syndicate, and everybody started buying them. And when I got mine, I was happy and then disappointed and happy again.
Hey, Rube, did you?
So let me ask
Did
you
you
this.
see this? Go ahead.
How soon will they be back in stock?
It's no telling because Walmart wasn't supposed to. If they had a bunch of pre-orders, like a bunch of boxes just sitting there, then sometimes they'll put stuff out and to try to sell it real quick. And that's what they knew. They knew if they put it out that they were going to sell it because Hasbro has this release date set, and then he has this when it sends it out to the stores, and he has when stores are just sitting on stock. That's the reason why a lot of those toy waves are coming out early.
Also, I heard today that they're still doing that port strike where all the inventory comes in, and they're just slowly trickling that stuff out the stores when they want to. So they're holding us up.
It all depends on which one it is. I think is it the port in Houston or is it the port on the East Coast? Because West Coast is getting everything.
I heard it was the West Coast, but if they're getting everything, it must be just us.
Yeah, because I mean, well, then again, like I'm seeing a lot of waves here that I didn't think I was ever going to see.
Yeah,
true.
Because I
Hey,
found
Rube, did you see this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Iron Man Captain America statue? It's like $180.
What?
Oh, it's $180? No, I'm good.
Yeah. Like GameStop was selling it online. It's like a San Diego Comic-Con 2017 exclusive where it was Captain America and Iron Man. It was Captain America in a blue and white suit with a shield, and it was exclusive San Diego Comic-Con. It was $180.
And you
This
know
No.
You know what, Rube? I'll send you a picture when I get a chance. But yeah, it was 180.
I didn't see that. And like it's been very busy today in our in our toy group because there's so much coming out right now. Like so much is being released, so much is coming out, and this is coming out, this is coming out on, as far as toys. So it's kind of hard to know pinpoint when exactly a lot of these toys are, and that's going off what Taurus was talking about with the toys in the waves.
I mean, well, this one already been out. That's why I was asking, did y'all see it?
No, I'm saying as far as anything San Diego Comic-Con, everything that we're seeing is coming out today.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's a lot of stuff. When I was at work, I've been working my ass off at work. What is this?
Can y'all see this? The samurai Captain America.
Oh yeah, the samurai
Oh,
Captain.
that's kind of dope.
Yes.
That is nice. Where'd you see that at? Where'd you see that at?
It's on Instagram.
On whose page?
It's
Oh, I
a
thought you actually had it.
it's a collector's warehouse.
Ah, okay.
So again, going with the Legends too, we don't know when the hell they're gonna drop them. They dropped those because again, the Sandman wave came out before they said it was gonna come out. The Guardians wave came out before they said it was gonna come out. The X-Men wave came out before they said it was gonna come out. Matter of fact, we already got Guardians 2 wave, and then we just right after that got Marvel Knights, and now the wave is already dropping. They're dropping stuff that's within a month of 3 waves coming out.
So let me ask you this, because I mean, since I am a huge Ninja Turtles and Star Wars fan, when it comes to the Black Series, I know because I realized they, I mean, specifically speaking, here in North Carolina, they've been dropping Black Series action figures.
Yeah, that's dope.
And it's only because the movie's coming out soon. Of course, the video game is coming out sooner than the movie. I just collected so many of them. How often at your branch in Walmart do they usually?
I'll tell you this right now. If you're looking at Black Series,
Yeah.
of Zuvio, yeah, it's full of him, Jen Erso, Poe, and that dude with the target on his face.
Yeah. We ain't gonna get no new characters until they sell those, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm still looking
That's what I
for
feel like.
the Scarab Troopers from the Black Series wave. I can't find any of them. So, and plus, a lot of these, Walmart and Target are dropping the prices on a lot of the Black Series, and so is Toys R Us. And now they're being dropping down to 10. Where like a Commander Degree that came out today.
Yeah.
That one is that's Toys R Us 25. So.
Oh my God.
It's a Comic-Con.
Since December, they haven't been selling well. Ever since Rogue One came out.
They haven't. Because
nobody wants those characters.
But you would think Rogue One, as good of a movie as it was, you would think that those toys would sell.
Well,
yeah, I just watched it again last night on Netflix. It was good.
In theory,
that's what I'm saying.
In theory, they would sell.
Yesterday.
Now, in theory,
it was good.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. In theory, they would sell, but when you have multiple waves coming out, and you have 3 or 4 repacks, and then 3 new characters in it, you're only going to sell those 3 new characters, and the repacks are just going to stay in the box. They're just going to sit on shelves, collect dust. So that's what ends up happening. Like when they released Cheer with Inui and Baze Malbus?
Yeah, Baze Malbus. Yeah.
When they released that one, it was them 2, and who else was in that one?
Jen Erso.
There was one more new character, but besides that new character, the other 3 were like K2SO and some other ones. So it's like those shells will just sit there, whereas the newer waves, they're coming in master boxes. So it's like, what's his name? Forgot his name. The dude that just released from the early episodes with the long hair. Can't fucking remember his name. Wow.
You said the dude?
The Jedi, the one that, oh God.
You mean Ahsoka Tano?
What's his name? No, not her.
Not her.
The dude, he came out in the Black Series just recently. T-Man, you probably remember his name.
What is he wearing?
Kylo.
He's wearing he's a Jedi. He's wearing the tan Jedi outfit.
Oh, Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon. All right.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. There you go. I don't know why his name escaped me, but he came out in a master box. So that box was 6 figures in it. Then you had Lando Calrissian come out. He came out in a master box.
Oh,
but in that wave that was supposed to come out, 3 of those figures in that six figure wave repacks. So these master boxes that just came out, it was a lot easier for them to sell those. So it all depends on the store.
Yeah, because I'm trying to find Ahsoka Tano for the longest.
You can probably randomly find her in the Kohl's.
Yeah. I mean, because that's
in a Kohl's or a Walgreens.
Because I bought my dad for Father's Day. I got him a limited edition Darth Vader from GameStop, and that was for $18. $18. With that, a big old Millennium Falcon, I meant, and a journal that is in the shape and form of Chewbacca.
You could probably get the original Darth Vader from the original series, the original Black Series when it first came out for like $25-$30.
Really?
And then the new Darth Vader that came out with the early bird pack with the diorama set 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
That's been dropping everywhere. So you can get that. It was $40 originally. You can get that for about $20 now.
That's not bad.
Walmart and Target,
Yeah.
they just sitting up on shelves. Like,
I just missed out on that Darth Vader. I had it hidden somewhere. I was waiting for the price to go even lower, and it was gone.
yeah, I mean they're under $30 here in my area. I'm waiting for it to go under 20.
Yeah, I saw it for 20, but I still wanted to get lower. Being cheap.
Yeah, it does. Because honestly, man, with the movie coming out in December, I mean, first off, we have to get through this battle between Thor Ragnarok and Justice League, in which, in my opinion, Thor Ragnarok is probably going to destroy Justice League. Sorry to say so.
Well,
But
Thor Ragnarok.
I don't know
comes out
about that.
beginning of the month.
I don't know about that.
It's okay. Okay. We're all crossing genres here. But when it comes down to that, all the diehard comic book people are going to be there for each one.
No doubt.
We're going to be there the premiere night of Thor. We're going to be there premiere night of Justice League.
Right.
do it tomorrow.
So I'm not missing out on. So they can. As far as crushing.
I'm more excited about Justice League, but I know I ain't trying to get on there right now.
Aquaman looks badass in the movie.
Let's save that for another time when it comes.
Yes,
to
we're gonna go DC another time. We're gonna go DC another time because.
Yeah, it's my fault.
We've been rambling on.
But
Hey, I gotta bow out because it's 11 o'clock here.
yeah, it's
Yes, actually, team, we're about to end this right now. So, guys, thank you for joining me on this. I will have you guys around again. For everybody that's watching this, I'm gonna have other topics that I'm coming. That's just not comic books and going to real life and everything. So I want to have this try to have it once a week, to where I'm doing this, and I will bring other guests in. I know this whole video right here was all impromptu. I just kind of say, hey, I hit Marcus up, was the first one. Hey man, you want to go live on my video tonight? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? So I just started hitting up everybody to see if we can get this done. So this was, I understand it kind of was rough at the beginning, but again, that was my fault. I was setting everything up way too late, but then I had got off work late, so it is what it is. So guys, thank you for bearing with me. I'll make sure to share this out, and then I'll send you guys the links. But before we leave, everybody that want to say something, plug your YouTube channels, your Instagrams, and everything, and I'll make sure to update that in the descriptions. If you send it to me. So Taurus, we'll start with you.
Well, man, let me first start off by saying thank you so much. Well, first off, thank God. And thank you, Rube, for just allowing me to be part of your podcast, bro. It means a lot to me. You're not only a good friend of me, but you're also my great frat brother to me, so I appreciate that. And, of course, to encourage you to keep doing this. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and we finished off strong. Despite of the bumps and bruises, I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed this talk, and for sure with fellow nerds and for the rest of you guys. An honor to meet you. It's an honor to, you know, talk nerd stuff, action figures, movies, because I usually don't get to do this on the daily basis. Just like the rest of y'all, I'm a working man. So thank you, Rube, for having me. Thank y'all for, you know, just embarking with me, you know, on this nerdy journey of mine. And so thank you guys so much. And yeah.
All right, T-Man.
Well, I don't have anything as eloquent to say as Tars, but definitely thank you, Rube, for inviting me. I love Spider-Man. I love all types of nerdy stuff. Y'all probably already know who I am. Everybody that's watching Rube, you should already know, since we're all part of the syndicate. But anyway, thank you. Hope to see you other guys again at some point. And somebody left already. Marcus.
No, Marcus joined the call
again.
again.
Oh, he joined.
Yeah, it's my internet.
You don't get two goodbyes.
But TMan978 out of here.
All right, Jensen.
Thanks, Rube, my fellow UAPB alum, my other UAPB alum, Marcus, and my frat brother. I appreciate Rube letting me on. When you talk DC, let me know. You talk anime, let me know. You know, my Instagram, TonyStarks870. Give me a follow. My fan page I just started last week, Jensen's World, JENSEN, possibly S World. Also a man for Extraordinary General Black Nerds Group. Holler at us. Shout out to Rube, what you doing with this? Big things coming. You know, I've been down with you, man, since I had my old white truck in college, man. So I'm here. Whenever you got something, I'm always gonna be checking it out, bro. Appreciate it.
Marcus, are you still there? Oh, God damn it. He left the wrong call.
Marcus appreciates being here with you, Rube, and with the rest of us.
So I'm Marcus, and I'm just going to say thank you for everybody to be in here and joining the channel. I don't have my Captain America, he's upstairs. But everybody that knows me, that's on my channel, Rube the Great. I do have a Facebook, I don't want to say fan page, it's a like page. I don't like calling people fans. You guys are family and extended family and friends, you know, we all here. So I do got that on Facebook. I'll leave I'm gonna have comment or links to everybody's Instagram and Facebook page, like pages, whatever, in the description when I get them all. Again, that's Rube the Great presents the Greatness Tour, so go give that a like. Follow us on the Syndicate Toy Hunters. If you, myself and T-Man are admins on that group. And follow me here. Follow me. We have a Syndicate Toy Hunters group, Facebook group that we haven't gone live in a while that we need to. But
true that.
Guys, go check out my videos. Give me a sub. Marcus actually has a YouTube channel that he's starting, and I'll leave a link for him in my comments, and we'll go from there. And again, with this channel, with this part of the channel, I'm going to be doing all types of topics. Okay, so if you hit me up in my inbox saying I want to hear about this topic, I want to hear about this topic, I'm going to invite some guests on here randomly, so it won't be the same 4 guys that are joining me. It'll be other people. You know, I got some females that are coming in. I got some good friends, and I got some people that I've known for a while that are really experts on certain topics. So I want to bring them in, and I just want to bring something different because we're not just all about comics and toys and everything. You know, we are real people dealing with real life things. Toys help us deal with all that. So when I get to talking about that, we'll do it. But until next time, I don't want to leave my T. Should I do my last close, my traditional closer?
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Hang on. I gotta
Yeah, I
get
want to
to
hear
the
this.
chat.
This is my first time.
Please let me hear this.
I gotta learn how to stop this. Oh wait, hold on. It's on the do. Okay, where's the stop rocket?
Yeah, keep it consistent.
So, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for rocking and rolling with me. Most of you guys, again, have been here with me since the beginning. That was back in October before I had about 1,300 subs. Some of y'all been with me since I had 1 sub. And I thank you for it, and we're going to continue growing. But until next time, continue collecting what you want to collect. Continue finding and hunting for those deals. And no matter what you do in this world and no matter what you do in life,